Welcome back, so happy to see you again. And you probably heard all that talk of don't use your phone, it's destroying you and your career and your health, use a flip phone, whatever. I strongly disagree with that. As you can see, I have a very high screen time every day, but I'm also more productive than I've ever been in years, like putting out these videos every day and feeling tons of happiness every day. Mostly thanks to you actually, no joke. So in today's video, I want to share how I use my phone in order to not be addicted by it and inspire you to not see your fantastic phone as the enemy, but more of an extension of yourself. Before I start, as a side note, don't you agree that it's a little hypocritical when there is some guy or girl on your phone telling you that using the phone is bad, but then want you to watch another video and another video on your phone, of course? I think it's quite jarring, at least, since they claim to be the solution, but could actually be a part of the core problem. Anyway, let's begin. First of all, if you hear someone who wants to scare you away from using your phone, I don't think they have truly realized how much you can do with it. As I talked about in this video about productivity apps, there are a lot of stuff you can do. Know what time it is, know where you are and how to go, communicate with people, learn new things, buy stuff, all of that. You can even work on your phone. Like I've told you many times that I write and prepare for these videos on the bus on my phone, and although I type slower on the phone than on the computer, it's way easier to bring my phone around than my computer around. Not to mention ChatGPT that will take everything we want to do and bring it 100 times. So rather than thinking of your amazing tool as a tool of guilt, think of it as an extension of yourself. Just as we wear clothes to be warm and some wear glasses to see, we have our phones to practically fulfill every desire we have right now. Take the glasses example. What if somebody said, don't be addicted to them, they hurt your face or whatever? That would be totally ridiculous, right? So in the same way, because we can use our phone to see way more than just right in front of us, like for instance Google Maps and other Google searches, not to mention YouTube, we become more capable people because of them. But then both you and I hear these side effects such as they emit blue light, they make you see in tunnel vision, and most of all, they make you distracted. So let's talk about these now. In this beautiful and best-selling book Indistractable, author Nir Eyal defines distraction as the opposite of traction, which is what we want. If we want to indulge in notifications and if we want to scroll social media and watch hours of YouTube videos, maybe like these activities are no longer distraction because that represents what you want. And it's pretty powerful that we can decide what is a distraction or not. And in the book, Eyal also argues that 90% of our distractions are internal. That means that if we get 10 distractions, only one of them comes externally, let's say from our phone, and the other 9 is generated from ourselves. So maybe you can see now that the phone is not to blame when it comes to distractions, and it's more up to how we interpret reality and what we really want at that specific moment. So how do we eliminate distractions then? Let's say if we need to do something on our computer and our phone is so tempting to check all the time and stuff like that. First of all, we can do what is obvious and disable notifications on all apps on our phones, except for the ones absolutely necessary, and you probably know who they are. At least on iPhone, you can choose how you want your notifications to be presented. For example, I prefer to have Discord notifications on, but they do not show up on the lock screen and pop up in general. They only show up once I go to the notification center and drag it. And I do it several times a day, so I will not miss anything. So in other words, I'm in control of whether I see that Discord notification and it's not interrupting me in any sense, unless I want to, of course. But other than that, unless it's a timer or it's very important for work or certain people, having notifications either off or invisible will make a huge difference when it comes to being focused. But unfortunately, it's not enough because we still have the urge to needing to check. And for this, Nir Eyal in the book recommends a technique called surf the urge. If you cannot focus because it feels so hard at the moment, take 10 minutes and just sit with that feeling. How does it feel in your face, your hands, your feet, your chest, or your pelvic area? And if you still feel that after 10 minutes, you can grab your phone and scroll. But this urge disappears 99% of the time once we give it complete attention, don't do anything else. I even take this practice one step further and treat this unpleasant feeling as a reward in itself. Crazy, I know. For me, it's a sign of sort of a muscle burn, that I am doing something right and I'm leveling up as a person. Like, for everyone who claims to be on some sort of a self-improvement journey, this is really the tests, or you can call it that. It is a way of seeing your deficiencies straight to the face, because only then we can improve, and then you see that, okay, I've overcome this challenge, I've overcome this win, and then I can build all the confidence whatever I want for whatever is necessary. But I still don't believe it would work unless I had some kind of agreement with myself. I only check email and Twitter once a day during evening when all the important stuff are done. I have a balance that for me very tasty meal plan throughout the week that allows me to not indulge bad food, and also watch entertaining stuff when I'm moving around, let's say in kitchen or doing walks or eating, unless I literally do not have anything else to do, which happens if you're very productive, by the way. And because I know that these needs are satisfied, I'm no longer a slave to my urges. I'm just excited instead to level up, turning shame and fear to inner power and do what I want. But what about the blue light and the eyes? I have this night filter that pops up every evening, and since that, my sleep has not been impacted by this. I also follow a strict habit of looking up often, whether I'm on the phone or computer, either across my apartment or in the horizon in the sky. If I got the time, I even take an extra walk to the beach nearby every day, just to look very, very far into the horizon to kind of offset the time when I'm working. And I believe thanks to that, and also I played outside during my very intense Pokemon Go years, because it's a game that you do outside, so you have to look up in order to not be run over by the car, you know what I mean? Thanks to that, I don't have any vision problems, and I definitely wanted to remain that way, so I'm doing my absolute best in order to preserve the good vision I have. So to sum up very quickly, I strongly believe that we should not demonize our phones at all. The technology is here to stay. Just look at AI right now, what's going on there. And we want to see it as an extension of ourselves, just like glasses really, and not an enemy. What we really are concerned with are distractions in general, which represent activities that we not really want. We can just solve them by having agreements with ourselves, turning off notifications, and then be absolutely overjoyed whenever we feel this unpleasant urge. Yes, I mean that. It's a level up after all, and pretty soon you'll be free from that urge. And then as long as we have this blue light filter in the evening and look very far often, the phone will have pretty much no downside, but instead massive upside. You spent a lot of money on the phone you're using right now, and you deserve to be extremely proud of this beautiful thing. As always, I'm interested to see what you thought about it. Are you as happy as I am to know that our phones are our best friends now? And by the way, if you see a pop-up on the screen right now, only click it if you have time, so it doesn't become a distraction. Until then, thank you so much for sticking around so far, and always remember that you're the most amazing human being alive.